Hello all, welcome to Data Dost. In this video, we are going to discuss on HTML interview questions. Based on my experience, I have gathered around 50 HTML interview questions. Hope you are doing well. Please hit the like button for encouraging, and if you are not yet subscribed to this channel, please subscribe for more interview questions and new technologies and frameworks. Let's start. Coming to the basic questions, what are the HTML5 features? Canvas for 2D drawing, video, audio for media playbacks, supports for local storage, new content specific elements like header, footer, section and navigation. Here we have one more question like what are the content specific elements? For that we can answer header, footer, section, navigation. We have form element types like email, date, time, range, and etc. WebSocket, server-side events, browser support, geolocation, web storage. Make sure the interviewer next question will be depends on your current answer. So highlight the features which you are aware of. We are going to discuss few of the features in these upcoming slides. Okay, the next question is tag versus element versus attribute. This is some type of puzzling question which may interviewer I will ask. The answer will be like whatever we have specified within the Angular basis, it is called tag. This is nothing but open tag and negative tag. And the element is a tag which is enclosed along with the content or child elements is known as element. For suppose here a paragraph here is a content and P opening tag and closing tag. All together we can say like element. Attributes is meant for to provide some basic functionality or to apply some behavior or style to the element. Here we have given one style like the text color should be blue. Next, block level element versus inline element. Block level element is like it will be aligned in the block space, which is nothing but it takes line space before and after the formatting of element. For example, div. Inline element. The element which appends next to the previous element without any space is known as inline element. We can take an example like span tag. What is the purpose of field set? Field set tag is used to group the related items in the form, and also it provides border to the group of related items in the form. Coming to this example, here in this code we have used field set with width 40% and inside that we have mentioned feedback form as a title with help of legend tags, and below this one we have opened one div tag. Inside that we have name input field and feedback text area field. After the div tag we have mentioned submit button. So let's see how it will be shown. In one of the interview, the interviewer has given this template and asked me to write a code. At that time, I couldn't recollect this field set tag, so I missed that chance. So after recollecting, after coming back to home, I researched somewhat and I gained some knowledge. With the field set tag, we can implement this. So with the previous code snippet, we can implement this form same as like this. Can you write the HTML code for this? In this, there will be a regular text and one word needs to be highlighted with yellow color. So the same we can implement with mark tag. In the running text, we can add mark tag like this with this text like do not forget to buy milk today. In this sentence, we have highlighted milk with background color as yellow. So for the same, we can use mark tag. Can you write the HTML code for this template? While I was at 3 years of experience, I went for one interview and the interviewer has asked this question. He has given this template and asked me to write the code. With the help of Rospan, I implemented at that time. Here the code snippet also I have mentioned in the right side. Here I have added style for table heading and table data tags, border with 1 pixel solid, and if we see for the second row tr tag and second column td, there I have added row span with 2. So the column football will be spanned with 2 rows, and which is nothing but Devi row and Shushk row. Coming to the next question, what are the common issues you faced with HTML and how you rectify them? For this, I have mentioned like improper formatting tags and improper table closing tags. While using row span or call span, I face some issues, and by seeing the view, I understand what will be the issue, and I come back to the HTML code. I modified the code accordingly, and I will correct the same is what I told at that time. So add your story, like what and all issues you faced with HTML coding. This might be easy question, but at that time we may not recollect and we may not tell immediately as fast as they asked. So better prepare for this question as well for your next upcoming interviews. Coming to the next question, I versus em tags. These two tags will return the same output in the template, but both is having two different meanings. I tag is used for return the style in italic mode. I mean, in italic fashion, it will be written the past content, whereas em tag is used for emphasize the word or sentence. The written value or sentence will be same like italic style, but this is having different meaning. The tag is used for emphasize the word or sentence. This type of puzzling questions also they may ask in our interviews, so better prepare for this question as well. Based on my personal experience, I have noted this point. Coming to the next question, what is the use of map tag? Map tag is used to define an image map. While we click on any block on the image, it will open a new page which will handle by using map. For example, there is an image which contains computer, pen and one book. While click on the computer, it will open a new page to describe what the computer specification and what is the RAM configuration, etc. Okay. While click on pen, it will show some details about the pen. In the same manner for book also, if we click on a book icon, it will show the author name and author details, etc. To implement the same, we can use map tag. The next question is on what is the difference between span and div tags. Span is an inline element, means it does not append any line breaks while appending the content of span tag. So there will be no line break before and after the content of span tag. Whereas div tag is a block element, it takes line break before and after the content of div tag. The next question is on what is the use of marquee tag. The marquee tag allows you to add scrollable the text whether from left, right, up or down. The scrolling positions and all we can specify by using direction attribute. So with the marquee tag specifying direction equal to right, it will start scrolling from right side. The next question is on can we modify span tag text? If yes, how? Yes, we can modify span tag content as well by using content editable. This content editable value, the default value will be true. So if we add this content editable, we can modify the field value. The question, what is the attribute we use for displaying text if the image is not available? In the anchor tag, if the image is not available at that time, we can show the description by using alt attribute. Whatever we specify within the alt attribute, the description will be shown only when the image is not available. If the image is available at that time, the description will not be shown. You can see this example. What is the purpose of doctype HTML? All HTML documents must start with a exclamation mark doctype declaration. This declaration is not an HTML tag, it is an information to the browser about what the document type to expect. In HTML5, the declaration is simple. In the older documents, the declaration is more complicated because the declaration must refer to a DTD. The next question. List some of the entities in HTML. Some reserved characters in HTML must be replaced with character entities. Some characters which are reserved So suppose if we use less than or greater than symbols in the browser, it might mixed with some other tags. So the character entities are used to display reserved characters in HTML. The most used character entity is space. For this we can use ampersand NBSP, and for less than symbol we can use ampersand LT. For greater than we can use ampersand GT. For copyright we can use @copy. @send will return send symbol. For pound we can specify ampersand pound. Coming to the next question, how do you place image as background? We can add background image within the body tag without any CSS styles. In the body tag we use background attribute and we can specify the exact path like this. If we add this one, the background image will be applied for all for the container whatever we used in the body tag. The next question, what is the difference between local storage and session storage? Before HTML5, we used to store data within the cookies, including in every server request. The local storage is the information storage that we need to clear it manually. It contains 5 to 10 MB of offline data. While coming to the session storage, this is an information that can be cleared when we close the tab or browser window. It can store up to 5 MB. Coming to the next question, what is the difference between active link, normal link and visited link? This normal link we can also called as unvisited link. This is the default link, and while loading the screen on, it will be shown in blue color. Coming to the active link, the link which is the active state, and it will be shown in red color. While coming to the visited link, this is the link which will be shown in purple color while after user clicks the link. To keep remember that color of the link before and after and while we click on link. The next question, if there is no text between the tag, will it impact the view? No. It will not impact the view because if there is no content within the element tags, then there is not required any formatting to show on the view. The next question is on SVG and canvas tags. SVG, if we want to extend the future of the graphics, you can go with SVG. If we want to just append the picture or graph on the page, then we can use canvas. And SVG is a vector based and it supports any resolution and it will be more scalable and it can be modified with JavaScript and CSS. This is suitable for large rendering areas. Coming to the canvas, this will not support for higher resolutions and it is a pure scalability, and it can be modified with only JavaScript, suitable for small rendering areas. Coming to the next question, what is the difference between cell padding and cell spacing? This is some puzzling question. Some people might be confused for this. The cell padding is meant for providing within the cell the space between the cell and content, while cell spacing is providing the space between the cells. The next question is on HTML and XHTML differences. XHTML is a case sensitive and it must require closing tags. It is not browser dependent and also it is of MIME type, which must be passed and interpreted to HTML. Whereas HTML is not a case sensitive, and even though if we forgot closing tags, issues may not be less, and this is a browser dependent. Just we need to make sure that the order of the closing tags needs to be proper, else there will be some issues in the template or the arrangement of the template may be not as per our expected. The next question is on logical tags versus physical tags. Logical tags are the tags which has logic styles. for their element. For suppose if we are mentioning address, we can specify with address tag. In the same manner, for abbreviations and all, we can use a BBR tag. For block code, for predefined block, we can use with block code, etc. Coming to the physical tags, it formats the content whatever we passed into the different view. For suppose, if we mention the content within the B tag, it will show in bold. And the same manner, if we specify the content within the I tags, it will be shown in italic. In the same manner, for superscript and subset, we can mention with sub and sub. The next question is on what is the purpose of pre-tag. Pre-tag is used to define or format the text which were passed to the browser without modification. This looks like copy paste thing. Whatever we are passing, we passing without pre-tag. What HTML will change, like it removes the blank spaces and white spaces, it will be removed and the exact content will be appended. But if we use pre-tag, whatever we passed, include the spaces also, it will be appended on the HTML template. The next question is on what is the purpose of meta tag. Meta tag is used to provide metadata information to our web browser. This will be not printed on the web page, but it specifies some information to the browser to do some action. If we mention keywords and content equal to HTML tutorial, whenever the user searches for HTML tutorial, it's if the keywords match, the URL will be shown to the top. And this meta tag needs to be specified within the head tag only. From the HTML5, this meta tag has been removed. In short, it provides information to the browser but not for display. Coming to the next question, what is the difference between HTML4 and HTML5? The doc type specification is simple in HTML5, but it is little difficult and complicated in HTML4. HTML5 supports better error handling, but in HTML4, it does not have that much support for error handling. In HTML5, we have many new tags like audio, video, canvas, and many new form input attributes like type is equal to email, range, and date, time, etc. And also we have to keep a note that meta tag has been removed from HTML5. Coming to the next question, how to add copyright symbol. By using @copy entity, we can specify or represent copyright tag. How to add view report minimum width as per device. We can specify the view report with meta tag meta name with equal to view report, and the content we can specify like minimum width and initial scale equal to 1.0. The point to be noted, this meta tag has been removed from HTML5. This next question is on what is the purpose of web workers. The web workers are used to run the JavaScript code in background without affecting the performance. When we executing the JavaScript within the HTML, the page become unresponsive. To eliminate this problem, this web workers has been introduced in HTML5. So while it is running, the page will not become unresponsive and we can continue the work whatever we want to do. And we can check this web workers whether the browser is supported or not. We can check with type of operator. If it is supported, we can create the workers with new operator, new worker, and we can specify our respective JS. Once after execution, if we want to delete, by using terminate function, we can stop the workers and we can set the operator of workers to undefined. The next question is on list some non-closing tags. We all know anchor tag, input tag, and BR tag are some of the examples for non-closing tags. Coming to the next question, how to implement drag and drop in HTML5? To enable drag and drop feature, we need to first enable it draggable equal to true. For suppose here we have taken example as we are taking image and we are dragging the image. For this, we in the image tag we have set draggable equal to true. Then in the drag method, I have added this data transport dot set data, which is used to pass data type and value of the draggable data. And once after that, to drop, in the drop method, we used ev dot target dot append child. In that, we specified document dot get element by id data. With this, the image can be draggable and droppable. Coming to the next question, is hyperlink applies only on text? No, we can apply hyperlink either on image or text. The next question is on what is the use of data list tag. This is similar to autocomplete. If you guys are not aware of what is autocomplete, it's similar like drop down field which provide options to select, and also it provides filter to search the value inside the list. And below is the code snippet, just check it out. And coming to the next question, what is the use of layout tag? This layout tag is used to specify the format to define the view, and with header, footer, nav, aside, and section and article tags we can implement this layout. While coming to the header, it specifies the header information. Navigation is to navigate to the next pages, and section tag, this specifies the content. Article provides some information. Aside is used to specify which is out of the content, I mean out of the information, and footer is used to specify copyright and other specification details. So all together will specify the layout. The next question is on what are the different types of list. We have three different types of list. One is unordered list, which specify like buttons and bullet style and other different styles we can specify with unordered list, and it will start with ul tag, and this is used to group the elements with no particular order. Coming to the order list, it is used to group the elements in the particular order. We can specify with OL tag. And coming to the description list used to one set of DL tags which is wrapped around one or more groups of DT tags, which is nothing but names, and DD tags is used to specify the values. Coming to the next question, what is the use of manifest cache? Manifest cache is used to tell the browser what to be cached. Once the application is cached, it remains unchanged until user clear the cache, or manifest file needs to be modified, or application cache is programmatically updated. Make sure on what you are allowing to cache. Due to the security constraints, by default it will not allow until the user accepted to cache. The next question is on list some of the new form types in HTML5. We all know there are introduced many new form types. Here I have listed some form types. First one is Gmail, search, range, tell is used for telephone number, URL, date, date time, month, time, and week. The next question is on what is the purpose of geolocation. Geolocation API is used to locate the user geographical location. By using get content position, we can get it is used to return the current position. Since privacy, it will not allow until and unless the user approves. Once it is approved, then only it can access the location. The next question is on what is the purpose of SSE. SSE is meant for server sent events. The web page will get updates from the server. This was happened before as well, but the web page needs to be asked for updates. From HTML5, the HTML server sent events API is handled simultaneously. It automatically get the response from the server. The next question is on how to display web page within web page. Yes, we can implement the same with the help of iframe tag. This iframe tag is used to embed another document within the current HTML document. PFP the syntax, the code content we have specified here. Iframe src equal to the specific URL we need to mention here, and the title equal to description. This title equal to description we need to specify mandatorily for the better coding practices. What is the purpose of fig tag? Fig tag is used to define what is the image about. Uh, Following tag will be added next to the image tag, and after the image tag we can mention with the below syntax fig tag, and the description whatever we need to specify should be surrounded within the fig tag, opening tag, and the fig tag closing tag. The next question is on what is the use of meter tag. Meter element is used to display a gauge, and this is the syntax for specifying meter tag. Meter tag value equal to tool. This can be a dynamic, and min and max can be specified by using min attribute and max attribute. Within that we can specify the label as well, and once after the code I have specified the output as well. And here out of 10, 2 has been filled with green. The next question is on list few deprecated tags in HTML5. These are the few deprecated tags. If you remember, you can add them as well. Center tag, font tag, and dir tag. The next question is on what is the use of INS tag. INS tag is used to define inserted text. The inserted text is shown with underline. If we have a running text and few words needs to be underlined at that time, we can use this with the help of INS tag. Thanks for the watching, and for more videos kindly do subscribe and hit the like button for encouraging. If you want any requested video, you can mention in comment section. Thanks for watching.